just finished watching Macarana's view of the last 2 episodes of Star Trek Continues, which reminds I need to get back on my reviews. I'm starting to feel that. I already pick up where I left off at Pilgrim and Eternity. And admittedly, this has come from misreading a comment. Somebody mentioned would have been great to see Star Trek Continues as an actual series on TV. I misread because there's also talking about Phase 2 in there. I've seen Phase 2 as a series on TV, which kind of got an idea of this one here. But basically, following along first the Phase 2 idea, if it had been picked up, if they had gone with it as a series. Yeah, but then I think you would have seen the Star Trek phenomena kind of lose a lot of oomph. Let's put it that way. It might not have blown up and dried away, but because remember, a lot of the big driving force of Star Trek fandom in those days was the feeling of being cheated. That we never saw the end of it. We only got the 3 years of the 5 year, and getting a new series would have kind of sucked the life out of that. So I think we needed a few more years in the wilderness there to really drive it home, and then get the movies and because some have said that the movies is really kind of the birth of the franchise. I mean, at that point you had the original series, you had the animated, and you had the merchandising around it, but it hadn't become a full-blown entertainment franchise at that point until you started getting the movies and getting a whole new life on that. And a lot of it built up to that too, because there have been a lot of anticipation and about is it a TV series, is it a movie, it's going back and forth. They went through a few different movie concepts, and then it was going to be a full series or a limited series or whatever, and it went through low budget movie, big budget movie. Like Harlan Ellison was brought in to pitch an idea, and that's where you get the little famous thing of after, because his idea was a race parallel to man, dawn of time, and it was complicated, but it all held together and worked. And the pinhead at Paramount, the executive they had talking to, had just gotten through reading Von Daniken, and then mentioned about the Aztec calendar being so close to ours, and you should throw some Aztecs in there. There were no Aztecs at the dawn of time. We'll just fit them in there anyway. It's like, you just wanted to, But that whole rigmarole going back and forth on this whole thing about how this game, and then finally, and building the Phase 2 stuff, but then it kind of went in limbo for a while, and then finally going with the movie and just repurposing all the sets. It's that anticipation and the fact you only got one movie out of it. So where's the next movie? That's really what gave birth to it as a franchise. The big contender, really. So I don't think going as as Phase 2 as a TV series would have worked out well, because it would have taken care of the full being ripped off. But okay, we're fine now. We can go back to doing, and it still would have been around, I think, but not as a powerhouse as it turned into. As to the actual question, Star Trek Continues as a series. Again, I don't think that. Well, one, that wasn't the mission statement. The mission statement of Star Trek Continues was to fill in the gap between the end of the series and the motion picture. Now, there was a couple other stories they were looking at doing there when the acts more or less fell, but they were kind of extras anyway. They did what they wanted to do. And so, now, that being said, I would like to see some arrangement to have these things aired. Go ahead, make them a part of the official canon. Put them on the air somewhere. Even if it's just put them on CBS All Access. They're structured the same as the original series, so you've got commercial breaks. So you can, if you got the cheaper plan with commercials, you got breaks for the commercials in there. Because the idea was to make them as the original series, so you got act breaks, you got spots for commercials. And the way I see it, the whole thing shaking out. You have the original series, that's 3 years. You got animated series, that's 22 episodes. That makes a good 4th season. Slightly short. And then you got the last 13 episodes for Star Trek Continues. And that will round out your 5 years right there. And again, that leads right up to the doorstep of the motion picture. Because you got the uniforms first coming in, you got the Enterprise, God bless them, beat the living crap into dry dock. and the already got a concept model on the Nagura's shelf of what she's going to look like. But yeah, I would like to, that would be my goal. If they put me in charge of Star Trek even for like a week, I'll say this is what we're doing. That and canceling everything that Kurtzman has planned. I mean, sorry, Patrick, sorry, Sir Patrick, but we're not doing that. We're not doing your little, Picard pirate series or whatever the hell they're planning. Because the more I'm hearing about this little cast of characters they're putting around, I was like, this is not what we really want to see. Okay, and that's not the way anyone pictures Jean-Luc Picard is wrapping up his career. It's like, what the hell kind of story are they planning here? Now, I think if he was he'd be retired. He'd be, like coming down to Starfleet Academy or going back to France to tend to the vineyards. I know. Maybe joining with his friend on that Atlantis project, the undersea, whatever. But joining up with I don't know, looks like some kind of Dirty Dozen set up, and I can see why Patrick Stewart would want to do it. Yeah, it looks like fun, but that's not being true to the character or what was built up. So basically, it's a big long line, several versions of Be Careful What You Wish For. So I got working on another slice of Inside Star Trek, going to the D. Kelly interview. And I already got most of it blocked. I just got to throw in some graphics to go with it. And I think maybe after that, probably working on the Bill Shatner one. That'll close out that, except for all the Roddenberry lecture stuff. Should be fun. And then, of course, we got Discovery coming out tonight. And I think in order to get that out of my head, I'm going to have to watch The Cage and the Menagerie right afterwards. So, yes, the cat wants to get in the action here. He likes sitting on the dash. He likes the new car. Don't you, kitty? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Get the action going there. And if you haven't already, Midnight's Edge, they got the copyright strike eliminated, so that live stream is back up, although it does end rather abruptly. My suggestion to him was to take the two videos, splice them together. I almost did that myself, but it's kind of pushing the friendship thing a bit, so, Yeah, just line those two up, watch the live stream, watch the replay of the live stream, and then the follow-up for all the things here. And tell him I sent you. So, in the meantime, PayPal, Patreon, and the usual suspects down below. We'll catch you later.